some of the action from earlier today, and Player of the Year candidate Lilia Vu at the third.
This one here for her third birdie in a row to start the day. We've seen what she can do.
Won a couple of majors this year. Overnight leader Brooke Henderson, an early bogey, but this at the fifth.
Had her lowest career round on the LPGA Tour yesterday of 62. Put new irons in the bag recently and putting them to good use there at the fifth.
Or how about the sponsor invite? Wake Forest Demon Deacon Rachel Keene.
Wake Forest coming off a huge win last week at the East Lake Cup, team win that Rachel was a part of.
Dialed in on the LPGA Tour and even playing on the PGA Tour very well. Pedersen, her 9th hole of the day, the 18th. Look how far down she is.
She's hitting a little flip wedge into this 18th using the backstop. She has only missed 2 greens so far to this point all week, putting on a clinic.
What a turnaround it's been the last few weeks for Lexi Thompson. Here she is at the 9th.
Off to a bit of a slow start today. 7 pars and a bogey on the 8th, but how would she respond? This one an 8-iron to a foot.
Already with 3 wins, and here she is at the 8th.
This trying to putt through that closely mown area, then onto the green. So hard to judge the speed.
And here is the Solheim Cup captain for the U.S., Stacy Lewis, 83rd in the CME points race, her 9th hole of the day.
It sounds like she was happy to just be able to spend a little bit of time at home after Solheim Cup and maybe work on her game a bit.
We can't tell, but that means putter for Anna, right?
Probably the best I've ever seen at putting from off the green. Just has that touch dialed in and like nobody else.
Oh, yeah. That was worth the wait.
We've seen it time and time again, Grant. Players coming off of Solheim Cup with a lot of confidence. And Emily certainly is one of those players. You get in that team environment.
Go to the 11th. Just a moment ago. Second shot for Pagananen. Flag today on the other side of the green from where it was yesterday, and that is really good. So she's looking to bounce back. Best finish on the LPGA, tied for second. That was in Scotland in 2020.
Over at the 18th, the 9th of the day for U.S. Women's Open champ Allison Corpuz.
Talk about a fantastic season Allison has had this year, winning at Pebble Beach. And
that would be very tricky. The artist that we brought in to write those names would have been devastated if I had raked right through them.
Let's check out the artistry here of Brooke Henderson at the 10th.
When you leave it short in the heart.
Well, you said this is going to be tough for Vu at 10.
She has a good lie, and it's into the wind. I think that's pretty respectable right there.
Taking the pressure off. Let's go to 4.
And Emily Pedersen. You see some of the scores of players trying to make their move up the leaderboard. She is up by 3 at the moment. And here is the rookie from Japan, Manami Katsu, her 2nd at the 18th, her 9th of the day.
This hole's playing a good bit easier today, being downwind, players having a shorter shot.
Well, it is back uphill all the way to the hole. The hole is tilted towards her and to the left slightly, so expect it to go left.
All right.
This is just a moment ago. Second shot for Lilia Vu.
Yeah, that's just a little wedge.
Indicating that she thought it might go a bit too far, but it's perfectly fine. You were pointing out earlier, Morgan, that she's made an eagle in the first hole both days.
It's something you don't see very often, considering both are not reachable par, not par 5s. They're both par 4s. So hold out her second shot on the 10th hole yesterday. There's not a whole lot of room left of this flag, Kay. Don't want to be too far left. Ideally, just barely short and right about there.
That works pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a guaranteed birdie for Brooke.
On the right tier, I think it depends when you decide on Bermuda whether you want to putt or chip from off the green, it depends on the green.
Play no ball, well back in her stance, little bump and run.
Yeah, much better.
She did a good job there, mentally erasing that previous shot.
Celebrating a birthday today. I understand they're going to go out and celebrate with some of the finest hot dogs in the area tonight. I didn't know he was a fan of those.
You can bet on it.
Pedersen trying to run one up there. This is playing a little more difficult than it has done in the past, and certainly yesterday. But the reason is, as we pan over to the right, the flag is kind of tucked all the way. Venue for the season-ending event. Tidakun for birdie. Yeah, that'll help the cause. Checking with Inji Chun. It's not been a great year for Inji. You can see 75th in the race to the CME Globe. Had to miss a little bit of the season with an injury after the Chevron Championship, but may be able to finish the year on a high. That's back-to-back birdies for Inji.
Our leader by 3, Emily Pedersen, with her second.
The most brutal hole on this golf course today. Hole location on the right side, right by a swale, middle of the green. Right where she placed that one is ideal.
Let's go to the 17th, and Bianca Pagdanan has left it in a good spot. Ooh, yes.
Right over at the 18th after a bogey save at 16, a birdie at 17. Bianca, the 18th. Oh, yes. What a finish.
And it is downwind. She only has 94 yards.
Yeah, really good.
Lovely.
It did. It took a while to find a spot where she could keep the ball stationary, not have it roll back into the penalty area.
That one's going to climb over the slope.
Yeah, there's a little mound in the middle of the screen.
Just a little bit of breeze to think about on this hole, especially with that raised green.
Really nice tempo there on that wedge. Ooh. Shouldn't have too much spin.
Great shot.
Beautifully.
Emily was fit enough to do it and was in good shape.
Oh, that was big. Mentally, emotionally, and even for the scorecard.
10 yards left. Really need to take dead aim at this small target.
That's a really small target.
I think with her little lower ball flight can make this work out quite well. It's got to go.
It's got to go in.
This is Lindy Duncan. She's going to go with the putter from way off the green. It wasn't a very good tee shot, but we've already seen Ataya Tidakun hole 1 on this almost exact line. So there's a good 3 for Lindy Duncan. 67th, so 7 spots outside of the mark. 17th, Suwanapura, asking for it to sit down right away. That's fine.
Greens in regulation yesterday, 12 today, in part, as you said, because of where she was off the tee. Meanwhile, Lilia Vu in good position here on this hole and in the tournament.
Let's see if she can get some of that help off the backstop here. It's trying, just slowly picking up pace.
Ahead of Celine with 1 week to go. At the 14th, this is Min Lee. This was just a moment ago. Third shot. Just a moment ago at 14 from the Netherlands, Davy Weber. You see number 122 in the race to the CME Globe. This is the last week for players to move inside the top 100, and Davy tied for 5th. Lindy Duncan is playing well, tied for 3rd, as you see, and 92nd in the race to the CME Globe. A player who lost her card, has been fighting back since then. And another beauty.
Set up to hit a big cut here. Feet aimed almost to the front left edge of the green. Oh, what a shot. played with the wind, let the wind help drift it over towards the hole.
구독과 좋아요, 알람 설정 부탁드릴게요.